Test, test. Hello, Time Waiter. How are you? Let's see if the music is too loud. Just let me know. Putting on some, hopefully, royalty-free music. Feel free to type in the chat where you're from. It's always nice to know where people are watching from. Hi, Martico. Also, if you're already invested into Helium, feel free to type it into the chat as well, or if you're completely new to it. Alright, perfect. Hi there, Jason. Hi, Roel. Silver from the UK. You guys already into the Helium network, or you're just looking into it? Hi, Ramesh. So we'll just wait 5 minutes and I'll dive into the Helium blog and we'll go over what we can expect for the 5G network, and then probably afterwards I'll make a little recap video. Hi guy plays Xbox. Hold on. How is this for voice volume? I'll turn down the desktop music. I think this should be better. Let me know if this works, Santo. Hi there, John. Ah, seriously? Already went for the pre-order? Nice. Hi, McGee. Hi, Jose. Guy plays Xbox. Which one did you buy? Hi, Oris. Sorry, I missed you. Hi, McGee. Yeah, so I have got the Bobcat miner set up. Actually, mine is still syncing, so the network is pretty slow right now. Hi, Harold. Marcus. So yeah, the network is pretty slow, it seems. I'm at 99.8%, so hopefully in a few hours I will be synced completely. It's definitely taking longer than normal. Well, John, it's pretty easy, thankfully, setting it up. There are some things you just have to keep in mind when it comes to range and positioning the antenna, but otherwise everything is pretty straightforward. Martigo, so yes, you can have 3 miners next to each other. The problem is they will negatively influence each other's reward score. So basically, if you put 2 on top of each other, you will make almost as much as if you would have 1. So there's no big benefit in piling them up. I think it's better to invest into 1 that can connect to different hotspots around the area, rather than buying 3 and just stacking them on top of each other. Okay, so let's promotion. Hold on. Okay, so let's just turn off the music. With the new amount of people and new 5G, do you think it's worth to buy a Helium miner? So yes, that was the first question that popped into my mind. My suggestion is that we go over the Helium blog, so I highlighted the most important things. First of all, it is interesting to know, so right now we're at 28,000 hotspots across the world. This year for sure we'll add 200,000 more, so that's more than, it's a tenfold increase almost, which is a lot. And they expect to grow the Helium network with 600,000 hotspots by the end of next year, which is pretty impressive. It's also important to know that there is a fixed amount of rewards each month, and that means that we all have to share these rewards. So if we 10x the number of hotspots, then we decrease the rewards that we'll be able to get by 10 per hotspot. Now, in theory, if the value of the network is the coverage, so if you add 600,000 hotspots, the value of the network will increase significantly. So hopefully the value of HNT will go up and compensate the decrease in rewards. So that's the effect that we have to hope for. Then on the second phase, there is of course usage. As soon as people start using the network, you will start burning HNT tokens. And normally, if you have an increase in demand and a decrease in supply, that should push up the price as well. So right now, the 5G isn't rolled out yet, so it will take a while. The main focus, from what I understand, will still be the current Helium IoT network. So we'll still get all the coverage rewards will be for the current systems. And I think the 5G will mainly be usage that people will pay for. So I do think there will still be a slight difference. But we should be getting some extra information on that really soon. So first of all, Helium 5G will be the second major wireless network that Helium network supports. So this is also interesting to know. Regardless of the technology that's being rolled out, you can apply the Helium blockchain technology to. So let's just assume we'll get 5G, 6G, whatever. The good news is, as long as the Helium project exists, it can be applied to new technology. So in that sense, the backbone of the system that we're all investing in is hardware agnostic. And that opens up a lot of possibilities for the future. Of course, all of us, we are investing in the hardware. So there is a risk for us when it comes to the hardware level. If you're just mining HNT and you're keeping HNT, then the fact that Helium is hardware agnostic is really good news, because it can evolve with the needs, the technological needs in this world. So this will increase the value of HNT. Yes, so I was wondering what to do with the miner as well. And scrolling down into the article, we see them introduce the Freedom Fi miner, and this is pretty costly. So they expect it to be between $1,000 and $5,000 depending on how powerful you want the system to be. And apparently your rewards will also depend on how powerful your unit is. So I guess a lot of people will go if they have the money for the 5,000 one. But yeah, that's definitely a significant investment. It's also a question, in which regions can they roll out? In which regions can they get the frequency band that they need to be in an open space for 5G? So apparently in the US, they will utilize the Linux Foundation Magma project, as well as the open CBRS spectrum band that was made available by the FCC. So I don't know how this will work in different countries and in Europe. That will be interesting to see and evaluate how different countries and regions will allow people to enter this 5G space. That is definitely a big question mark. This is why they are starting in the US, because they have first of all, a partner, which is Freedom Fi, which will produce the hardware, and then there is an open license that they can plug into. So this is definitely important. Yeah, so when it comes to the current miners, we see this in the article. We also expect to see modification kits that will allow hosts to support 5G applications with their existing HNT mining hotspots. So hopefully this idea will come to fruition, because that will mean that we can open up our hotspots and just plug in a new module. Probably will not be that easy. You'll probably have to solder a little bit. But yeah, I think that would be great news, that we can just buy a new PCB or a new module and put it on the existing hotspots and just upgrade them for 5G. That would be insanely good news. So it's definitely on their mind, as you can see in the article. How easy it will be to upgrade, I don't know. Since for example, the CalChip one, they're using the Raspberry Pi, it's a pretty modular system, so I think with those units it should be pretty easy to upgrade. Hi Jack. Yeah, I really didn't expect it to 5x in such a short amount of time, to be honest. Because I wasn't expecting this growth either. We went from 20k to 28, and now there's a backlog of 200,000 units. So it is only fair that the price is following this huge expansion when it comes to the network. So yeah, everything is out of stock everywhere because there's too much demand. How much do you think we'll be able to earn in rewards from 5G compared to the current existing network? So from the little information that I have, the focus of the 5G system will be on usage. And then basically, I think this will mean if you're in a big city and you manage to create good coverage either by yourself, or there are many people with the Helium network that are upgrading to the 5G module, that means there is good coverage. As soon as there's good coverage, and if the price of using it is lower than that of the big telecom companies, then of course automatically people will start switching over to the Helium 5G network, and then you'll be rewarded for usage. So I can imagine if you're in a rural area where there are not that many people, and maybe people don't care about 5G, then the rewards will be very low because people won't use it. Cool, family tuned. Welcome to the Helium family. So yeah, right now, I think this is looking interesting for everyone who is involved in the Helium network, because if they can increase the utility of the Helium network and the Helium tokens, that means that the value of HNT will go up. It doesn't matter if you're mining for IoT on LoRaWAN or if you're going for 5G. The more the network is used, the more tokens will be burned, because each time somebody uses a quote-unquote data credit, so each time somebody uses the network, a portion of that will be burned, and a portion of that will be put into a how do you say it? Into a pile that is reserved to pay us miners for coverage. I think it's already an arms race, Timothy. But it's definitely a fun time. Hi, Jan. thanks for watching. So Long Island driver. So right now they're still they're starting to work on the 5G network. So you can register for specifically created Freedom Fi 5G hotspots made in the US specifically for the US. They don't exist yet. So I don't think there will be any upgrades this year for the existing hotspots. They're still in a testing phase. They're going to roll it out locally, just in a few regions. I think this year will be just doing the announcement, getting the tech in order, getting everything up and running, and then probably next year we'll start seeing solutions for upgrading our hotspots. So don't worry if you order one now. Don't think that yours will be out of date. That is definitely not something we have to worry about this year. Hi, Ashwin. Normally, you should be able to do this in India. Yeah, I looked at the cool Jobbins. I want to be on the list, but I'm in Europe, so I can't sign up. So when it comes to checking if your region is able to enjoy the benefits of the Helium network, if I can call it that way, you can go to the official website of the Internet of Things, which is, hold on. So I'll quickly open it up. So it's thethingsnetwork.org. They have some really interesting pages on there. So this one is frequency plans by country. So you can look up which frequency you need depending on the country that you live in. So for India, you guys are in the frequency range of 865 up to 867. So that is still within the same range as we have in the EU. So I think you can just buy a miner that works in this frequency range. So this is the website of FreedomFi, which is the first partner that will produce open source 5G hardware. And then they have a specific page where you can join the waitlist right here. So important, it's only for people inside the US. And keep in mind, the price tag is pretty steep. So here they say between $1,000 and $3,000. In the article they say between $1,000 and $5,000. So I assume you can still do some upgrades in the future. I think there is a lot of FUD concerning India. So in India, the way I understand, they already tried to ban crypto 3 times. And it got shut down, those proposals. How you say it, by the they took it to the higher courts and then it got shut down. So of course each government can do a proposal, they can try to change legislation, but if the citizens say, or if enough lawyers say this is not the right thing to do, or we don't agree, then you can just appeal it in court. And apparently they already won it 3 times, but they just keep trying. So I'm not too worried about India banning crypto yet. It sucks that they keep trying though. To Nebras. Jobbins, what do you mean that Binance is your money locked up? Okay, so when it comes to 5G, so again, I think it's really interesting. Right now, I think there is not a single country that has not 1 or 2 telecom companies that almost dominate the entire market. So this means that they can do an investment, which they did probably 10, 15, 20 years ago into the network, and then they can just keep milking that network and they don't have to decrease the prices because there's simply not enough competition, because it's so expensive to build the infrastructure for a telecom network. So they have so little competition that they can just keep the prices high, and I know in several regions in Europe the prices are just too high and they can keep it that way, which is disgusting. So even if there is a very, very small chance that Helium is able to give this power, if I can say, to build a network by the people, for the people, where you get rewarded for hosting the network and you get better fees for using the network, because it's the whole system regulates the prices of using the network. It's just really interesting. I know that the chance that this will be huge is very small, because telecom companies will do whatever they can to stop this or to prevent this from happening. But if it works, even if it works in some cities, it is definitely interesting. And hi Luke, yeah, I will make a recap video, so no problem. So again, my view on this is that I just enjoy the fact that there is a small chance that we can say F you to the telecom companies who have been monopolizing the whole business for so many years. And just imagine the fact that you can travel around the world and pay exactly the same when you're in Europe, in Asia, or in the US, because you're just using the worldwide Helium network. That idea is just awesome. So right now, they start in the US. And if you want to sign up for the pre-orders, it's all in the US. And again, for me, it's a really big question mark how 5G will work in Europe, how it will work in Asia, if there will be a free to use frequency band, yes or no. These are all things that have to be decided locally, and I see a lot of issues there. Because there is a lot of controversy around 5G. HNT miners available in UK. I think everything that's available right now on the open market on eBay and stuff, yeah, people are just abusing the fact that everybody wants to buy a miner right now. I think probably it is smarter to wait 2 or 3 months. I know it sucks. You're missing rewards. But if you buy one from eBay, you just have to hope that it's not used. Or if it has been used, that they will transfer the wallet to you. Because if they don't, then you have a piece of hardware that you can't use. And even if you use it, then they're getting the reward. So, eh. Okay, so does anyone have any questions about 5G or the Helium network or how to set up or whatever? Now is the time. I don't know what the time delay is between me speaking and you guys actually hearing what I'm saying. Yeah, so I do think for the 5G network, you will need a very decent connection. And I think the data usage will be high. Imagine that you're in New York. I think it will be several gigabytes being blown through each day. Hi Bilal, where did you get that information? Because that's definitely interesting to know. So you will not. You say they will not directly connect to the hotspots, because that was not really clear. Hi Bliss. So if you ask if it's too late to invest into something, of course nobody here can give you investment advice, but in general you have to do the math. So right now a lot of new hotspots will be onboarded. You have a fixed amount that can be mined each month. So the more hotspots that arrive onto the network, the less rewards everybody will have. On top of that, there is the reward halving in August. So yeah, the rewards will definitely decrease over time. On the other hand, the more hotspots that are added to the network, the more valuable the network becomes, and the higher the price of helium will be. On top of that, when people start using the network, they will start burning HNT for using the network, so that will have a deflationary effect on top of it, and again have a positive impact on the price. That said, you are always taking a risk when investing into crypto. If the whole crypto market crashes in September, or maybe earlier, nobody knows, HNT will crash as well. I mean, it is an open market, especially when it comes to investing. People are emotional. Of course, the price will correct itself eventually, but all of these things you have to keep in mind. For me personally, when I look at using these miners, investing in these miners, because I just ordered another one, I just say, even if the market goes down with 90%, maybe even 95%, I'm still making 1, 2, or 3 euros per day. So multiply that and you still have about 100 euros per month. So that's still a pretty good return on investment if you ask me. But again, that's an evaluation you have to make yourself. And then you have to decide if you're willing to take that risk, yes or no. I'm gonna quickly catch up on the questions. Alright, thanks Bilal. I will dive into the Freedom Fi FAQ as well. And I'll ask some extra questions to the Helium team to make sure that I really understand this whole thing. So big thank you for bringing this up. Because for me personally, it would be kind of a dream that we would own our own people's network rather than being depending on those telecom companies. Hopefully I don't offend you since you've worked for in the telecom industry. But yeah, I just see a lot of monopolies, just as you see with the banks, so I wouldn't mind that someone would disrupt the current situation, or status quo, if you can call it that way. A little bit of healthy competition wouldn't be too bad. So let's see. So Luke, for 5G you will just get paid for usage. So if somebody uses it rather than paying a subscription to Verizon, they'll be paying the network directly. So if they use your hotspot, then you'll get a portion of the revenue of the data usage that they're paying for. Let's see. V2 got Bobcat and Nebra one. Yeah, I basically ordered one of one of each so far. So I got the original one last year, but now they don't make that anymore. Then I ordered the rack one. I got a few of those, and then I ordered the Nebra. Still waiting on that. They should have shipped, I think, end of March and then beginning of April, but I haven't seen any tracking yet. I did send them an email, but I didn't get a reply yet. And then I ordered another one from Bobcat, which I think will probably arrive in July. I'm quickly going through the chat. So when it comes to price, honestly, I totally underestimated the price already when we were at $4. I thought we would go to $10, but we're already touching 20. So if it keeps going like that, and I'm really just guessing, if the network grows by 6, we're now at 20. Let's assume that that people are anticipating for the fact that 200,000 hotspots are coming up. So if people are willing to pay for the future promise of 600,000 hotspots, then yeah, maybe the price can even go up to 40 or 50 this year. But this is really back of the envelope guesstimation. Hi Koen. So bought 2 Nebra miners last weekend from the European supplier. Said available in shipment next workday. Wow. Koen, if that is really true, and if they ship, can you send me an email about Destrelect? That would be amazing if they have stock. So yeah, cool. Thanks for sharing. Okay, oh, there we go. Thanks, Rick, for giving the update. So, Cornelius, the shipping itself is fast. Bobcat sends it with DHL, so it will arrive in a week or something, depending on customs, if they keep your package for some stupid reason. But otherwise, the shipping is fast. It's just the production. It is really not unusual that producing a certain product of electronics takes 3 to 4 weeks. And then if you then have a backlog because the demand is so high, then it doesn't surprise me that it doubled. It's now up to 4 to 12 weeks. How many miners can you run at one location? So putting them on the same location, if you have the ability to put them on a different location, is just not a good idea, because if they're too close to each other, it will take down the reward scale. So they will have a negative influence on the network around you, and it will take down the rewards. So it's just a lot more efficient to put them at least 300 meters apart. For example, it's better to have one good miner on a good location that's able to connect to several other hotspots than to have 3 or 5 miners just stacked into the same house. That's just kind of a waste of money. Koen, just give them a call. Maybe you were able to get some. When you ordered, maybe they had stock. So it's not because when Jack called or Rick, when Rick called, maybe he called when they were sold out. You never know. Just so don't get too angry at them yet. Just give them a call and see what's what. $20.06 in Jersey. Wow. Marta, which one did you order? I'll leave the chat on for 5 more minutes. Is that fine? You guys can still continue talking to each other. So if anyone has any questions, now is the time. Sucks, Cornelius. I know it hurts, especially when you start looking up other hotspots or you see people making videos on it and you start counting like, if I only had it today, I would be making this or this amount of HNT. Now I'm missing out on it. I know the feeling, because me and a friend placed an order in November, and that one arrived in March. Especially when the price was starting to go up. You get so frustrated you don't have the hotspot yet. So I definitely know the feeling. It really sucks. Trade. So yeah, Nodal Cache. Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't dive into it, but I'll definitely take a look at it. I saw one of the other YouTubers take a look at it. I think the tech something guy. I forgot his name. Sorry, but yeah, I'll definitely write it down here, and I'll take a look at it this week or next week. So when it comes to Helium, if I think it's an investment long term, yes, because smart cities, smart devices, they are the future. Whether they're going to use LoRaWAN or 5G or another technology, that's a different question. With this update of 5G, it shows you that the infrastructure or the backbone of Helium is hardware agnostic, so you can apply it to different kinds of networks. So this means that even if a new technology comes up, they should be able to apply the blockchain technology to this new technology. So that makes it resistant to a lot of change. We also see that right now we are going from 28,000 to 200,000 hotspots in just a few months. So it shows you that this is your proof of concept. The system works. They found a way to build up the network. The next issue or challenge will be network usage. I don't think there will be a problem with 5G. There will be network usage. When it comes to LoRaWAN and smart devices, we might be early. So I hope that the Helium network will be able to stay interesting enough for all of us to stay excited. So by the time that the usage goes up enough, because at some point people have to start using it. You can't just give out free money for coverage for years and years. It's not possible. It's not realistic. So at some point people have to start using the network. And I think this is more realistic with 5G. So I'm definitely optimistic if they're able to implement 5G, because data usage will be higher with 5G. Now again, for the current miners, keep in mind 5G will not replace LoRaWAN technology. I mean, 5G clearly is more expensive. We're talking about $1,000 up to $5,000 for the hardware, rather than $300-400. It will be the same for the devices. If you have to make a device that is compatible with 5G, you have to put in a SIM card and so forth. It is more expensive than a simple LoRaWAN device. On top of that, 5G will use a lot more power, so it's not interesting for all devices. If you have a low power device and you don't want to change the battery every day, but you want to change the battery every few years, then you need LoRaWAN technology. So I wouldn't worry about the current miners. Even if you didn't upgrade them, I wouldn't worry of them being obsolete. They're useful for different purposes. And the IoT field will be huge, and there will be different needs when it comes to data and availability and speed and so forth, and there will be different technologies available for this. Okay, so Nodal Cash App, I will take a look at that. I see one hotspot currently in the same building where I live who makes 10 HNT a day. FRM, did you see my video on Hotspot RF? Poof. So what you can do is go to this website, click on Portal, and then you can just click on the location that you want to put it up, and then you'll see if you're too close to the other one, or even if you are this close and you can't change it, just put it there, click on Simulate Location, and then you'll see if it has an effect on the reward scale for both of you. So it is possible that it doesn't matter. You have both depending on how many other hotspots are in the neighborhood. So take a look at that website, do your simulation, and then you'll know if it matters. On the other end, if you don't have any other locations available, then yeah, this is what you'll have to do. And as long as you can connect to another hotspot than the one that is too close, you will still get rewards. So don't worry about not getting anything. So the estimate for the end of the year will probably be between, there are 200,000 in back order right now. So I think we'll hit 300,000 by the end of the year. Luke. Luke, I've seen miners go offline. If you put them at a different location and you don't own that location, and you have to get in touch with those people because somebody turned off the power of the, for example, the outside power plug because they didn't know that it was being used, then you have to get in touch with those people, plan a meeting, and so forth. So I can understand that it happens that some of them go offline. Yeah, Koen, right now it's 8 to 12 weeks. Keep that in mind. But yeah, maybe you're lucky, I don't know. Cool, Long Island. Hope you get them soon. Marta, yeah, I see a future for this in Europe. No problem, Efrem. Alright, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to leave it at this for the live stream. I'll make a recap video probably tomorrow because I got some interesting questions for the 5G thing that I want to ask the guys from Helium, and then I'll make a video on that. I'll make a little recap of what we did today. So this was my first live stream. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, and maybe I'll do it again. And I'm definitely, all of you, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys probably in the next video. Again, if you might have other questions, you'll find my email in the channel info, so just shoot me an email. Give me 1 or 2 days to reply, but I'll I always reply. Alright. Thanks guys. Really appreciate it. Bye.